Hey guys, in this video I have a Filipino-American couple from the United States now living in the Philippines. Stick around. Alright, welcome guys. I appreciate you coming onto my channel and doing the interview. I know you guys reached out to me, gosh, I can't remember how long ago now. It was several months ago. March, and you guys were talking about coming out here. And now, when you came out here, did you move to this particular area? Am I responsible for that?
Yes,
wow.
you are, because
I hope you like it.
Yeah, we were looking at Bohol and
Yes.
Alona Beach and that area where my mother's side of the family is from.
Okay.
But then when you came here, I was looking for beach. There's not much beach in Cebu City that's accessible and easy to get to. So we thought, wow, beach here, Lapu-Lapu City, and condo, and then Starbucks, restaurants, shops we can walk to, plus the bus terminals right here.
It's great. Yeah.
I thought this is a good place to land.
Yes, it is. And by the way, this is Dr. Karma and his wife Lori, or if I may, I can call you Reg.
Yes.
Reg and Lori. Okay. And so you guys are a bit of the opposite of what you normally see in the Philippines, right? But you moved from the Philippines when you were really young to the United States.
Correct. I was 9, and Marcos was about to become dictator.
Okay.
And my mom, who's in politics and worked for a big company, GSIS, Government Systems, Insurance Services. She knew it was going to be the border was going to be closing, so we planned everything. And they're both professionals. She has a master's in finance, and America was needing professionals. And my dad's a medical doctor, so in 7 months we got immigration and the green card, and we left before the border closed.
Wow. Okay. Now, after several years of being in the U.S., did you lose your ability to speak Visayan and Tagalog?
Yes, because when we came here and we lived in Chicago, most immigrants go to big cities.
Yes.
It's easier to get to acclimate. There's also a lot of Filipinos in Chicago. And we started speaking English. And we went to Catholic school here. We spoke English in class, first, second grade, and we could only speak our dialect during recess. So we already knew English, but when we came to America, it's so colloquial. The way they talk is like it's cool, all these vocal fillers.
Right.
We had to learn how they talk, and we just spoke English the whole time, and so we lost the ability to speak Visayan fluently.
Okay. Now, you and Lori have been married for quite a long time.
Right.
Yes.
And if you guys can show here, you guys have 6 grown children now. Wow.
The fruits of our love.
32 years.
32 years. And do you have one thing that you would tell people? What's your secret, Lord?
I'd say the ability to admit you're wrong
Okay.
and ask for forgiveness. And my wife is very generous in accepting the gift of forgiveness. I think that's what is helped us along the way. With God's help, we try to follow the principles of scriptures to serve one another. And in Ephesians 5, the man is the head, and the woman lovingly assists, but we're both equal in value, different in function, but equal in value. And so that's how we also been in functionality. It's how we've been able to work together and have 6 kids. And she's wonderful. She has so many abilities.
Right.
I married her because she can do everything I can without me being there, and I can trust her.
Very good. And so, fast forward, did you guys come to the Philippines often, or how many times did you guys come out to the Philippines?
He brought me the first time 3 years ago.
3? Oh,
so 3 years ago, we
not that
came to
long
Cebu
ago.
and Bohol and stayed for a month. and just to get a feel if I liked it here.
And you liked
I
it?
loved it. Yeah, loved
You
it.
loved it.
Love the food, the people, like you always talk about, and yeah.
And that's kind of surprising because a lot of people on the list of top things is
Yes.
usually not food.
I love the food here. Yeah, I love, and his mom always cooked Filipino food,
Okay.
so I've been around the Filipino table a lot and
Sure.
knew a lot of the foods, and I know how to prepare a lot of the foods as well.
And
So,
whose decision was it to move? You just both kind of decided
well,
together?
I think
on
Reg
it?
always wanted to come back to his homeland, and he
Okay.
loves the Philippines, and he wanted to bring me here. It was just very expensive, I mean, with 6 kids.
Oh, yeah.
Very expensive. So we worked hard. The last 2 years, we worked 8-10-hour days, both of us, 8 to 10 hours or 12-hour days of work. And we'd come home every evening and have dinner together and sit in the lazy boy and watch YouTube videos. And so that
Especially Gio in the
especially
Philippines.
Gio. And it just
You must have fell
encouraged
asleep a
us.
lot.
Yeah, it helped pave the way. I mean,
Yeah.
it did because, the condo that we're living in, you toured. So we
Oh,
actually
yeah.
called Sheila and got that very condo.
Yeah.
And at
Very
the
good.
time when we made our flight, you had to have a residence in Cebu. So
Oh,
Cebu was an
okay.
easy place to get in.
Yeah.
Bohol was hard. You couldn't
Yeah.
really get there unless you had permission.
Yeah.
Right.
So when we flew in,
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah. Also, Paul Asian Adventure helped
he
help
did.
us find the condo. In planning this, the way I look at it, I've been planning this for 13 years.
Mhm.
When my PhD is in media and politics,
Mhm.
just a little bit about politics. When Barack Obama was elected as president in 2008, he was going to fundamentally change the country from traditions to more socialism. So I thought, this country is going down. I
Okay.
want to go somewhere else where it's still a young country. The Philippines is only 75 years old in terms of its independence.
Sure.
It still has hope and freshness. And so I got my dual citizen
Mhm.
way back then. So I would be set up to buy
Okay.
land here and also vote. And so we set that up,
and
and
our boys also have dual citizenship.
yeah,
Yeah.
Excellent.
all 4 of them have dual citizens. So I've been talking to Lori about this. 2010, my parents and I and my 3 brothers and sister came in 2010 as a kind of reunion, as a coming home, as a going home, and
Okay.
we saw the relatives and everything like that. And that was the first time I came back since
Came back
we
since he
left.
left when he was 9.
It was 40
Yeah.
years
Wow.
since we came back. So we loved it. I enjoyed it. I just love the Filipino people in terms of its friendliness.
Yes.
They're so approachable. They just say
Yes,
hi to
very
you,
much,
Yes.
very
and,
much
and
so, yeah.
they're so
They remember
generous.
us.
Yeah.
We go to the market every week, and the bread lady, she just loves seeing us. Like,
Yeah.
she's so excited. It's
Yeah.
really neat, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any bit of a? Do you think your experience is any different than anybody else, being that you're kind of opposite, where you're the Filipino and
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
wife is American? Is there any?
Yeah, I think I have the advantage because
Mhm.
I was born in Cebu province, in Cebu City, the
Mhm.
Cebu area. We're just an island away from it, so I know the language pretty well, the culture, the people. So it's it's a coming home to me. It's just
Sure.
I'm just coming home, enjoying it because honestly, it was tough in the U.S.
Yeah.
If you're different in the 70s, if you're Asian, they've never seen an Asian before.
Right,
And in
right.
Chicago, black and white racial fights and everything, I was in the middle of that. So
Yeah.
coming here is just a joy, it's just refreshing. And I wanted my wife to enjoy my homeland. I took her to La Hogue waterfront, it's beautiful, and then
Yes.
to Lona Beach. So you got
Yeah.
the city and the beach, and then she loved it.
And
Yeah.
do you see? You did 6 month or a year lease here?
A year,
A
1
year.
year.
1 year.
What do you think?
You inspired us so much. We had to do a year.
What do you think you'll do after 1 year? Do you kind of like moving around, or what do you want to do?
I would like to have another probably year,
Mm-hmm.
probably in this area. We're open, even going off Mactan, Newtown. Lori just mentioned maybe at Marabago, near Blue Water Beach Resort.
Yeah, we'd like
Sure.
it over there.
That area.
Nice.
But always near the beach. Always near the beach, if not on the beach.
I agree. I
Yeah.
don't think I'll ever live somewhere else in the Philippines without the beach being
Yes.
nearby.
Yes. It's
Yes.
very nice.
And
Yeah.
what's the advantage that he asked about? What do you think your advantage or our advantage is?
Well, I think I'm the only blue-eyed blonde
Yeah.
in Mactan. I haven't seen another one
You-
because it's difficult for unless you're married to a Filipino
Right.
for a Western woman to get here now.
Right.
So even when I came in on the plane the first day, everyone kept asking me, diplomat? 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 I said, no, I'm a wife, just a wife, Filipino. So, and it was really
Sure.
funny because they just saw that I was the only one that was different. So
That's
it's the
a
difference.
It's
Yeah.
the opposite of what
It's
they
the
see. They always see the
opposite,
Western guy with
yes.
the Filipinos. So,
Right.
yeah.
They
What
asked
do you
me
think?
that, diplomat. I go, well, I had a top secret clearance when I was in the Navy in a joint force, but I'm not acting in that capacity right now. So, no, but I do have a dual citizenship.
Yeah.
So that's how
Right.
we got in.
Sometimes they'll ask
Excellent.
on the multi-cab when we get on there, they'll say, is that your boyfriend? To me. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Now, do they automatically start speaking Visayan to you, I would imagine?
No.
no, they think he's
No.
not Filipino.
They don't. They're in disbelief.
Yeah, they're like, are
They,
you
they,
half
they think,
Filipino?
Are you American? Where are you from? One person, a couple of
Yeah.
people, are you from Japan? And I said, no, I'm Filipino. Oh, you're half. You're
They-
half
they
Filipino.
even say
no,
you-
I'm full Filipino. I was born and raised in Basak Part. I have to prove myself
Yeah.
Right,
that I'm,
right.
I'm Visayan.
They'll even say to him, you don't walk like a Filipino. So he doesn't even walk like a Filipino.
Well, I'll have to study that.
Yeah.
Is there a difference between the walk?
I think, yeah.
They do walk slower.
All his
Yes.
family told him they're going to know that you've not been there. You've
Yeah.
been,
Yeah.
just by looking at you.
We tend to walk
So-
faster.
Yes.
And we do tend to walk a
That's
bit
true.
more organized, like almost like the way we drive.
That's
right.
true.
From the
That's
right
true.
side. Just,
Right. And
Yeah.
here they kind of walk wherever.
And slow. I mean,
And
in
slow.
the U.S., I walk slow, especially compared to her. She gallops.
Yeah.
I have to try to catch
Pick up
up with
pretty
her.
quick.
But over here, I pass up all the Filipinos while they're walking.
Yes.
I go, wow,
Yeah.
that's we accomplish more things in the West, too, also in the U.S.
do.
because of the orderliness,
Right.
Yeah.
the efficiency. So we want to carry that here, but at the same time, being patient and
Right.
also giving them some latitude to
Right.
work on things.
But then maybe we lose some of the
I
things that
think
we
so,
really
too.
like here.
Yeah.
Maybe it's less stress here. They
Yeah.
always seem
It's
to have a
definitely-
smile on their face,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Even if they're
So-
working, if they're sweeping or digging or
Yes.
they're having a good time, it seems like, yeah.
Yeah.
And why do you want to come from the West and make this the West?
Right.
I want to enjoy how they are. And
Yeah.
it's,
Right.
I know we have a lot less pressure on us.
Yeah.
I mean, we can eat out anywhere we want.
Yeah.
We can,
Yeah.
really, we can do whatever we want.
Just something as
Yeah.
simple as what we're doing right now.
Exactly.
They most can't do that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Anytime we want to. So.
it's wonderful here, and I enjoy vloggers like yourself and many
Yeah.
others who inspire people from the West to come here, because with us, after having 6 kids, raising them, they're all but one is done with college,
Okay.
and they're on their way to being professionals. We have a new lease on life here.
Yeah.
Actually,
Sure.
we have a second honeymoon.
Yes.
And also, every day is an adventure. So what are we going
Right.
to do? We're going to do street food. We're
Yeah.
going to go to a high-end Korean place,
Nice restaurant.
Chogikyu, and
We just discovered another beach. We have to tell you later.
Oh.
Another
Right.
beautiful beach. So
And every time I see
Yes.
you guys are off on an adventure.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, excellent.
Yeah.
we're loving it here.
So, do you see at any point do your kids have any interest in moving here?
They have interest in coming here for extended time.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah.
I think
What-
younger people have a different impression because things, but maybe it's kind of when you get older, then you kind of look at.
Yeah, I have a son. He has a love for the Philippines,
Uh-huh.
the native aspect, history of the Philippines, and he actually is the political reporter from Washington D.C. who lives in Queens, New York. He writes about politics in D.C. and for Vanity Fair, which is the number 2 news magazine in the country, in the U.S. Anyway, he wants to come here and visit and be a real Filipino.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
so, and then my other son, who's in divinity school, he wants to do ministry here and serve the Philippine people.
And our youngest that just left for college, that's why we're here.
Yeah.
He wants to come, for a long extended visit, maybe a summer with us or something. That would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want them to know about their heritage. We've always made that part of their life.
Yeah.
And so we want them to be
Yeah.
here also.
We're Filipino. We're Filipino American couple in the Philippines,
Yes.
and I tell the kids, all 6 of them, you're Filipino first.
Yeah, he does.
You're Filipino
And his
first.
mom does too.
Don't forget,
Yeah.
first.
Which is okay.
Yeah.
And do any of them speak any Visayan?
No,
No,
they don't.
they would have to
Not at
come
No,
all.
here.
yeah. One speaks French, and our oldest daughter.
Yeah, Spanish.
Other daughter speaks
Spanish.
Spanish.
Okay.
And that's how she got a job at Wells Fargo as a
Yes.
banker,
Oh.
because the
Sure.
Spanish.
That would
is,
help.
Customers.
Yeah, customers. So they have an international view, to visit other countries. So
Yeah.
hopefully,
I think for
they
the
can
young
do
people,
it.
the world's a lot smaller than, like
sure
when I
is.
was their age, I couldn't imagine even going to Mexico. Like that was a big deal.
Yes.
So to go the other side of the world,
Really
pretty
fun. Like
it's awesome.
uncharted territory
Awesome.
almost.
Yes,
Yeah.
they can do that.
Yeah. Now, do you think you will like Mactan Newtown when all the tourists are allowed back in internationally, and you see all the Koreans and Chinese and other nationalities all
Careful.
coming in? The condos start to fill up again.
I will probably like it less,
Yeah, I agree.
and that's why I was in a hurry to get here,
Yes.
so that I will mostly focus on with Filipinos, because different Asian cultures have different temperaments. So
Yes.
we wanted to just enjoy the Filipinos
Right.
in its quiet season, right? The quiet season
Yeah.
right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
it is.
So that's why we're kind of considering where we will be, a year from
When
now.
our lease is up.
Yeah,
Sure.
when the lease is up.
Mhm.
So, but we'll see. I'm also interested in how they're going to build a beach mall, the lagoons and shops and
Yes.
restaurants.
Oh,
That
yes.
would be
Yeah.
that would be nice to see that.
Absolutely.
And we also have we're doing the nomadic lifestyle. We sold our house, all our furniture.
Sounds very
We
familiar.
just put our,
Mhm.
what the kids wanted, Christmas ornaments, pictures, in a storage, an inexpensive storage unit.
Yeah.
And so what we ideally want to do is go back every November, stay for Thanksgiving, Christmas, then come back here. And our kids are getting older and they have their own lives in a sense, families.
Sure.
But we want to keep connection with them close, and be able to just travel back and forth, and always have a home base, like you said. Have your
Yeah.
things here.
She's
You know.
really
Right.
she's really strong woman, because I thought I'll keep the house to make her feel stable when we leave, so we'll have a home there. But she said, "Why do we want to keep the house? We're going to be gone most of the time. It's just a liability."
Another thing to worry
I go,
about.
wow.
Yeah.
You're all the way here, and
Yeah, it's
something
very
happens.
practical. Very
So-
practical.
So you've picked up the nomadic lifestyle and minimalized. And
definitely, yeah.
it's kind of freeing a little
It's
bit.
very
Yeah,
freeing.
yeah.
It is an experience rather than possessions. Like,
Yes.
having and our kids love, like, we are doing the YouTube channel. We started out for our kids
Yep.
and our family. We want them to see because you see all these exciting things, and you're like,
Yes,
I would love to
sure.
show,
Mhm.
my kids or my.
And what is your YouTube channel? And I'll link it down below as well.
Philippine American couple in the Philippines.
Philippine American couple in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Reg named
Right
it.
there. Filipino
And we're
American
having a lot of
couple in the
fun with it.
Philippines.
So-
Filipino American couple in the Philippines,
Yes.
and I will put a link
Right.
in the description for people.
All right, good,
So,
good.
The other thing I
Actually,
would
that's
say
good.
is that we want to experience the Philippines. Like, we didn't come here to just stay in high-end Shangri-La and
Yes.
the Marriott and, nice high-end places. We want to, we go to the public market. We get on public transportation.
Yeah.
We, mingle with the people.
It's good. Yeah.
And
It's-
anyway.
You don't do that by sitting at Starbucks sipping coffee.
Exactly.
And I know you guys see me
And that's
sipping
okay
coffee
doing,
at Starbucks every day.
and that's okay doing some of that too.
Yeah.
But you could have this idea. Well, things are cheaper there. I'll go and experience the Western life. I'll go to Denny's and eat Dunkin' Donuts and
Yeah.
go to the mall all the time. but
Yeah.
we want to experience the people, right?
Yeah, we always use the multi-cab, and we can go to
Yeah.
a mall
Yes.
or a public market for 11 pesos, which is 22 cents each.
Wow.
Right.
22 cents to drive, 6
And
to 8
often
miles.
people talk to us, which is
Yeah.
kind of neat. Like
Yeah.
they'll even approach us. And,
But it is nice
Mhm.
when my cousin Marvin and his
Lovely
his
wife.
wife Tassie picks us up, and
And
takes us
it's
to
nice
places.
he has family here.
Or
Sure.
my cousin Edwin picks us up with
Yes.
his nice
Right.
SUV to take us to the top of the Cebu restaurant
that's- Yes.
and order whatever we
Right.
want and
And
drinks.
then again, we're still having the Filipino experience. We're
Yeah.
with the Filipino people.
That's
They've
right.
lived here all their lives. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
This weekend, actually, we might be going to San Romeo, my dad's hometown.
Finally,
Yes.
the
in
beach
Yes.
northern
house.
Cebu.
They're going to show it to us.
Yeah.
And while
Show
you
us the
guys are
beach
going,
house.
I'm going to Bohol. So, and speaking
You'll
of,
have to tell us how difficult it is to get there because we had
Yes.
wanted to go and it was like you got to quarantine again. I know they removed a lot of that.
yeah,
So
no quarantine. Well, I guess we'll talk off camera.
we'll talk.
on that.
All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess we'll end it there and just say maybe we will check back in with you in a
Yes.
few months and see where you guys are at and what you have experienced.
Thank you, Gio.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gio. You've
Thank
been
you, guys.
instrumental in our coming here. Thank you.
Hey, thank you so much.